Alright, lads, it has been a bit of a clip since we've been back. And now we are back again, and our entire shuttle's destroyed. Well, that's a crying shame. Shuttle's been burned and charred, never fly again. Poor girl. That's a carking wreck, isn't it? Oh my. I'll tell you what, I have forgotten the controls a bit. I've been playing so many other games that I have forgotten things a bit.
To the top.
But Act 1 is coming to a close, so narrator, are you ready to get going in this final stages of our journey? I am. Let's get going and tell this story again. It's been far too long since we've played.
Always keep your eye on the
I agree. Ooh, sniper rifle. Extra one. Collect all. Look at all the stuff we can sell. It is quite a bit. Let's leave. Hey. Oh, let's move the mouse cursor away. I like it. Everyone's here. Alright, you ready? Have you done any reading in a while? No, I haven't really done any reading in a while, aside from Iron Guard, an old Mordian Iron Guard book. But I haven't been reading that on stream or anything. Oh, okay, I see. Well, get to work. Don't order me around. I'm the one who's in charge of everything. Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah. We're up. You're up. Thanks be to the Emperor, you're alive, your lordship. We are most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear the account of what happened to the system's sun. The Voxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approaching the sun, black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surrounded the star, and then... My apologies, but I struggle to find the words that could best describe that terrible sight. The Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. Oh, sounds like Drukhari. The interrogator closes his eyes and grimaces. Drukhari. See, I knew it. Yeah, you did. You see Abelard's expression change as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temple wearily, as if we did not have enough troubles on our hands. The Xenos, enemies of humanity. Henrix nods. A breed of the Eldari. They are most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ships matches the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect, and many of these creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery, to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they're capable of. Henrik glances at you with weary incredulity. Are you proposing that we ask for it back? No, rogue trader. The sun is lost. We must accept that as fact and deal with the consequences. According to all scientific knowledge, if a sun disappears, the entire star system is carking scrapped anyways. So... they're screwed if we save them, and they're screwed if we don't, aren't they? Henrik glances around. This situation calls for immediate action, Castus Magro. We can continue this conversation later, if you so wish, but right now, he gestures at the deck, teeming with tumultuous activity. I believe you should assume command. All right. Why did you not send a shuttle for me? No, I probably know the answer to that. That's not the one. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Rykard Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave the system soon as possible. However, there are still people on planet who have not succumbed to heresy, who are worthy of rescue. Besides the small number of our own shuttles, we also have the shuttles salvaged from the starport. The dark eyes of the Sister of Battle flash. We must save as many as we can. This has happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving people of a dying world through the power of prayer. God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct all our efforts into saving these people who, at this moment, look to the heavens in hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the holy relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the electro priests who guard and tend to it. Abelard furrows his brow. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Rykard Minoris. The von Valancia's dynasty cannot be allowed to perish. And so lamentable though it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. Henrik's eyes, like two deep dark pools, are resolutely fixed on you. The world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards death, and the final of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a world that surrendered to the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promise them salvation, and they are willingly giving over their souls to chaos. A sacrifice great enough to bring forth a demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct a targeted bombing of the Electro-Priest's monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate worse than death. And we will save Rykard Minoris from becoming an outpost of the arch-enemy. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it, even from orbit. As do I see the storm that is already upon us. With every moment that we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. What do I do? What do I do? What would you do? Oh, I am a militarum man. I would say we carry out the orbital strike. Oh. Which of the planet's inhabitants can we evacuate? The nobles you rescued at the starport have given the coordinates of shelters where we can find surviving aristocrats and their families. As for Sergeant Malgar's troops, they will help control the crowds of frightened commoners to prevent the shuttles from being overloaded. Thanks to you, we have salvaged many shuttles from the starport that we can now use. Oh. Cocking shitbags, what do I do? Oh, I don't like this, I don't like... What would you do? I don't care about other nobles, cock them. I'd rather save commoners. But then again... Like, could we put the fusion reactor in the ship? Could we use that to increase the strength of the ship? I don't know. I know the dangers of fighting demons. And their sun is completely gone, so the planet's dead anyways. Everyone will freeze through death. Let's blow the planet. It is a mercy. It is a mercy, and I'm sorry we couldn't save Lucky Jasper. He was, after all, quite lucky. But at least his woman Oh, fuck! What about Yvain? Wait, no. Is that Yvain? No, I think that's Fat Boy. I think that's the Fat Boy. Carking hells. Ah! Carking hells. Bomb it. I don't like making that choice. But there's too many unpredictable situations, and I think bombing it is the right choice.
Yes, Lord Captain. I will immediately inform navigation and artillery decks of the impending maneuver.
Henrix inclines his head.
The right choice, Lord Captain. May the sacred exterminatus cleanse this veil of corruption.
The bridge is in upheaval. The technomat's prayers mix together in a senseless cacophony while the servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with a data slate, clutched in his hands, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. Oh, yeah, I would get on his ass about this if he's not really getting shit together. Pascal, this is now your ship and your temple. Start acting like it, you blasted cog. Pascal shoots you a look of fierce pride and says with gravity, You are right. This is my temple. His vox booms with power. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall into some indiscernible logic. The Omnissiah's servants start working in sync, and the binaric clamor becomes a symphony of reports which the Magos coordinates like a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. But he does. The prayers of the tech priests surrounding the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, poring intently over the data slate in his hands, extends a mechadendrite towards you. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. I'm not gonna ask for an explanation. I'm gonna trust in my Magos. Especially because I like Pascal. I think he's one of the best. A huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vivid screens and hundreds of lumens. Blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as at the gate to the warrant chamber. Pascal's voice becomes imbued with imperious force. Servants of the machine god, hear my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of machine spirit propagation. Senior technomats, recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the campanological protocol. Omnissiah, rejoice. I must inform you that for the purpose of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and updating of its datasmith's blessings are required. If it is not done, then at launch, the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypts. But, as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands. A minor deviation from the rite of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Let's just get this done, Pascal. You guide me. Place your hand inside the throat of the cogitator guardian, the cyber gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core, where the machine spirit dwells. To it, we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol for defective connections and launch the warp sextant.
Pascal's voice grows quieter.
The laws of the Omnisire know no exceptions, and so, in this ritual, I will remain at your side to placate the wrathful machine spirit in whose abode you will be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and may we receive his blessing.
All will do as you command, Pascal. I trust in you. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporeal sheath and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. Connecting. Success. Gesture. I'm going to just be as authoritative at this moment as a tech priest. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability. Are you having trouble saying words? No, I think I've got it. It's a bit more big than I know, but by my authority, I revoke the invulnerability protocol of the warp engine. Did it work? One of the cogitator's vid screens turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling to the rest of the tech priests, then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machines.
Servants of the Omnisire, make now the offering of cleansed data crypts to the machine spirit, so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Omnisire have mercy on our souls. God Emperor preserve me.
In meek solemnity, the acolytes offer up the cleansed data crypts to the warp engine one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin. From the holy censers, foul-smelling clouds of smoke, and from the loss of the blood that the cyber gargoyle continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes.
Let this mechanism awaken in renewed purity.
Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his head, watching the vid screen. Suddenly, he stops dead.
No.
His fingers fly over the command runes, entering command after command. His mechadendrites clicking their pincers pull at one lever after another. The vid screens fill with strings of symbols completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos.
Is everything all right, Magos?
After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into a flame and gives off foul-smelling smoke, and around you, the Omnisci's servants break off from their prayers, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. Pascal mournfully grates out.
The mass of errors in the warp sextant's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with motive force. We are trapped.
A moment later, the Magos continues uncertainly.
Perhaps an alternative Ryzen protocol. Or an emergency locks of the auxiliary coils.
The tech priest bends over the cogitator, but something in his pose and movements reveals his desperation. While the other vid screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks and its static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice.
Read the information on the screen. Machine spirit. Can you hear me? I can't believe I'm talking to a machine spirit like it's there. Oh, God.
The cogitator's servant creaks quietly in its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the binaric hymns and the tapping of command runes.
Rescue? Yes, machine spirit, rescue us. Oh, hallowed machine spirit, in the name of the Omnisci and the Emperor, reveal
and guard us against our doom. I am not very Marzi. He's gonna be either of these two. Machine Spirit, this is the Lord Captain of this vessel. Obey me and start the warp engine.
Pascal's voice shakes with tension.
That was a non-executable request, Lord Captain. Even if the voice receptor could interpret such a...
Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with more stable images or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. The tech priest Vox crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped and clinical as ever.
Registering warp sextant activated. Registering data stream stabilizing. Registering 0 data errors found reporting. The warp engine is ready for translation.
After a pause, Pascal adds,
I am also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the certation. Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of deactivation.
Lord Captain, Ravor here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier. I just received confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We're ready to begin translation of the warp, your lordship. Contact Ravor. Lord Captain speaking. I'll give the order to commence translation. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us. Let's do this.
Von Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orselio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process.
All right, get it done.
The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with functioning wharf in the Kronos expanse. Tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp and to allow the servants of the Omniscience to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Darganos, Janus, and Kiava Gamma.
All right, Master Zachary Wise has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The Liege of Footfall is humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valencia's dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet you as soon as possible." The place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Delorso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, Castus Mugro. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Footfall, Castus Mugro. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete.
Your lordship, young Yvain went...
Oh, he was on the ship!
Oh. Praise be the God Emperor's mercy. Oh, thank gods, I thought he went down planetside. Your lordship, young Yvain Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality, and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you.
I hereby inform the rogue traitor that during a comprehensive system inspection this unit discovered that data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Castus Mugro von Valencius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator, provided that he possesses the decryption key.
You detect a hint of something resembling curiosity in Pascal's mechanical voice.
Abelard, do you know anything about the Liege of Footfall?
Vladam Tukora is a very peculiar young man, considering your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tukora is the appointee of the Kasbalika mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calaxis sector. They specialize in cold trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. Footfall was previously run by a liege who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladim Tukura, whose appointment benefits not only the Kasbalisa, but also their most powerful ally in the Kronos Expanse, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. Vladim is a slippery yet curious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Casbalician hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You are a rogue trader. You stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Casbalician barons cross swords with rogue traders and emerge victorious. Do not forget that, and remain vigilant.
The Kasbalisa, vile tech thieves.
Pascal's vox barks out the last word like a profanity.
Are you leaving us, Henrik?
The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no further. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, Castus Mugro.
You're a skilled fighter. I could use people like you. What do you say we extend your stay in my retinue?
Thank you for your offer, but I must decline. I'm afraid my duty to the Golden Throne comes before everything else.
Argenta, who's this reverend?
He is the head of the Drusian mission on Footfall, and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the Von Valencius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your void ship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus.
All right, fine. You've proven useful. I'll keep you around. Vigdis, tell me about the system.
Furibundus is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Kronos Expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by an Adeptus Mechanicus station, which is off-limits to outsiders.
Alta Templum Claxus Ext 17. I had the honor of tending to this shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it, as most tech comrades at this station are engaged in meditative calculations that should not be interrupted.
Why is it you say that and I feel like we're gonna have to go regardless? What do I need to know about footfall?
It is the largest port and trading capital of the Kronos Expanse. It has a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Kronos Expanse Communications Nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smugglers' caches, and forts belonging to dozen gang groups and factions. In the Kronos Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as Footfall serves the God Emperor, insofar as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium. Although I have heard that the tithes it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders, who transcend certain imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear.
Football is a brief stop. What next?
As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish your contact with the key worlds of your protectorate, the time will come for your Magnae Accessio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of rogue trader. It is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant, and yet it is a major milestone in your personal history. The moment your name graces the list of the heads of the von Valencia's dynasty, we are looking forward to that day, Lord Captain.
Why does the liege want to see me so badly?
Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the von Valencia's dynasty. Zakora does not know about Lady Theodora's death, and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be very wrong on Footfall if our astropath managed to read such a strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the Footfall Astropathic Choir was the only missive Master Zachary has received lately.
All right, tell Lady Navigator I'll give her leave to make the translation from the warp to real space.
Vigdis begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew.
What? Why? What? What? What the carking hell was that? Oh boy. Really worried the crap out of me. Holy shit.
Vigdis turns to you again.
One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise, and you inheriting the title, Liege Takura, will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock. And besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with a proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit incognito.
No, I will visit incognito. I don't care what the choices will do to benefit me. I will arrive incognito.
It will be done, Lord Captain.
Vigdis bows again.
With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties.
All right. Let's see what's around in Act 2 that we can get our dirty little feet on before we end today's episode. Lord Captain.
Rayvar's voice over the Vox sounds weary rather than annoyed.
I'm getting reports of several ships moving toward us. Judging by the fact that they're not responding to our hails and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they're not here for chinwag. I'm ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Where'd they come from? Or didn't you notice them before?
Rubbish of the furry bundis. And I'm not talking about all these wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of the meteorites, gas clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together. And the smallest ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the warp.
I don't care if this is from Kunraid. All ships, get ready for void combat. Hell yes. I've been waiting for this. I've been excited for this since they announced it. I've been wanting to do void combat for a very, very, very long time. Cobra Class Destroyer and another Cobra Class Destroyer. Alright, little lads. I don't care, we'll learn on the fly. If we come here, can I use my prow weaponry? Cool. Look at that. Oh! I don't care, go away. Look at how cool we look. Oh, I love it. We look so cocking cool. Where's dorsal? Okay. Fire with the dorsal. Right on front. Now, the torpedoes, we have to be... I'm too close for the torpedoes. I'm not too close for the lance. Oh, show me how this looks. Oh, we could ram right through him, eh? So, if I go here... Oh, okay. Let's go here. And we will port side, broadside this carker. Okay. And we'll push forward. This does open us up for... Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so how's this operate again? Each torpedo there's a one cell area on a miss. Alright, we'll save that for next round. Oh, are you trying to get away? I'm not gonna let that happen, late. I'm coming right for you. Now, how do I do a whip and a lash? No, oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, there we go. Let's, okay. So if I put a torpedo here. Okay. You fired a salvo, enemy ships can attack your torpedoes and destroy them before they reach. Okay. Your next turn. Okay. Can I give a command to the torpedoes? I cannot. And I cannot make attacks. Alright. We're going after that one. I'm not letting you escape. Although I might not have a choice. Firing on my shields. Alright. Alright. Moderate damage. Self-destruct in 3 rounds. Can we have the torpedoes chase after this cargo? Yeah, let's try and chase after them. Alright? Torpedoes. Now you, my friend, made a bad choice in attacking me. So, I'm gonna hit you with the dorsal guns. And then I'm going to hit you with a broadside. And I can't do anything else, but I will get my lance on you. Don't get away! I just want to get onto you! Oh, you're hitting the nose. So, okay. So my shields are somewhat down. Oh! Hello. Hello, Poppet. Your friend's gonna get away, but you're not. I can assure you of that, my friend. Goodbye. Hey! There it is. Well, that's a carking shame. Couldn't get them both, but still. If I had understood the torpedoes the first time, we would have gotten them. Battle's over. Got some scrap. Alright. I like that. That was good fun. We'll have to do more of that. I really enjoyed that. We'll put ourselves in position near Footfall, and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Or today's episode, I should say. Thank you so much for everyone joining me today. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to have you here and to have you enjoying the show. I greatly appreciate you all, and I'm very happy to have you as a member of this community. Shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the channel on Patreon. You too can be a Patreon supporter by heading down in the description below, following the link there for as little as $1 a month. You can also support by becoming a channel member here on YouTube, or you can support for free by hitting like, subscribe, bell notification, commenting, and sharing with those you think would enjoy the content. I am very happy that I can provide you guys with some good roleplay content through the entire game. We also have a Discord for those of you who would like to be a part of a small and growing community. I am very happy to have you all here, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Have a good one, lads. Stay safe, stay frosty. Peace.